All right, the Washington Commanders get a pleasant surprise. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that are kind of under the radar, teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. And so we've been talking about the Commanders for quite a while now. And then, of course, seeing the playoffs, and then, oh my gosh, you beat us. So let me know before we get started, who's your favorite current Washington Commander? Can't say Jaden Daniels. Give me somebody else. Who's just like, man, love this team. Here's who's my favorite player. Let me know in the comments. Okay. Really, first off, you signed Michael Gallup. This is a couple days ago, but I'm going somewhere with this. You signed Michael Gallup, which I think is a really good move. Veteran guy, knows the league, like just can't go wrong. A couple things about him. He's the best receiver in Colorado State history. A ton of like accolades. Again, nobody ever really heard of him out of Colorado State. Love that. But I mean, he was a good player. He was drafted 81st overall in 2018. He put up modest numbers, but then back-to-back 100 target campaigns, like Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott. Like, I don't have to tell you guys, like in the division, 2018, 19, 2020, like he's just solid. I like that addition. Veteran solid. Now, with that being said, there's a latest mock draft out there that has the Commanders. This is just like a scenario. When you're late in the first round, you're kind of like, oh, shoot, what do we do? There's just steals that happen. Because if you're in the top, Commanders, Lions, we've been there before, right? Many times where you're in the top 15, you got to pick certain players. There's only like a little window of 2 to 3 players, but you can start getting down in the 20s, picking in the first round. Then people start to fall to you that you're like, oh, I didn't know that guy would be available. So round 1 mock draft is the Arizona's receiver, McMillan, who at one point was talked about as like a top 10 wide receiver or top 10 pick. Top 10 pick. Now he could possibly fall to 29th overall. Like, okay, what's up with this? So McMillan was once viewed as a top 5 pick, and many believe he'll still be the first wide receiver taken. But because of all the defensive ends, the quarterbacks, and the linemen, he could fall all the way to you. Likely means he'll be gone by the Commanders on the clock at 29, but if he were there to slide, Washington should have him close, if not the top of their draft board. So there's a scenario where you get a legit elite wide receiver, and that does not impact what you've done already this offseason. Debo, love you. It doesn't impact you. Michael Gallup, love you. Doesn't impact you as well. You're there, a steady veteran presence. Love that, but we have to get and inject youth into this team while we can, while your quarterback is on his rookie deal. That is the whole goal and what you're trying to do. And so to have that guy fall to you is like, oh my gosh, because here are other options defensive end wise. Donovan Azuku, something. This guy keeps rising up draft boards, but he was a second rounder, now a late first rounder. Another option that you could get. So it's just like, man, this just feels good to have so many options late in the first round. And it goes to show winning is what you want to do. And what I mean by that is like, oh man, you have this thought of like, you're just, you're not going to be picking high or whatever. It's like, what do you want to be, the Giants? You know what I mean? Picking top 5 every year. It shows it doesn't necessarily work for them. Here's Shamar. Shamar Turner. Check out this dude. Hold on. We'll come back to it. All right. What I was going to say was, as a Commanders fan, you're getting used to picking in the late first round. It's so much better than the top 10. I know it's weird. I know it's weird to say that. Here's why. You're pigeonholed into making a pick that between a couple of guys. You have to, because if they turn out to be really good and you didn't pick them, oh man, you have to pick them. We're at the end of the first round. There's still really good players, and you've got a pick of, you can pick through like 10 different options. Like, what do we want to do? You think about it. Same thing in the end of the second, end of the third. It's fine. Like, that's what I love about because the Lions are like winning for the first time, back a couple of years now, and they've been picking. They went to the NFC Championship game, so they were picking like 29, and then now they're at 28 or 26 or 22 or whatever. It's like that's actually so much better. I really like this. So let's go here and look at your draft picks, and even after all the trades, you get Debo, you get a All-Pro tackle, you still have 5 picks. You got your first and your second round pick. Yeah, life's good. Okay, so there's Donovan Ezeruku that I was just showing you. Cam, okay, safety. So, man, life's good if you're a Commanders fan because your roster's already basically complete. And now this is where you want to be as a franchise. Your roster is complete, and then you add in and you sprinkle in talent, take swings. The draft is a great place to just fill in your roster. But when you have holes and you're trying to go into the draft with like trying to fill those holes, that's when it's like, oh, this is not good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who is your favorite Washington Commanders player currently right now? And we'll see all of you on the next one.